Samsung's Galaxy Fold is finally on sale, and now we've been spending a little bit of time with it, I thought it would be useful to have a look at what some of the more important apps look like when seen on this big flat screen. So one of the major questions with the Galaxy Fold, or indeed any foldable phone, is what that display looks like when it's flat. Is there any kind of crease in the screen which is going to disturb your viewing? So if we have a look at the phone when it's just on the standard Android home screen, particularly with this very dark background, it's possible to see more reflections bouncing off the ripply surface. So it does make that seam look a little bit more obvious. But as soon as we go into a lighter colored background, say even on just the settings menu, those reflections are less obvious, and so you don't notice the rippling quite as much. Now that's particularly important in video, so when you're watching a full screen movie or a YouTube clip, hopefully you won't notice that there's much rippling going on the screen. Of course, that would depend on what you're watching. If you are watching a very dark, moody film, or perhaps that episode of Game of Thrones everyone was angry about, you'll probably notice a bit more of the reflections. But if you're watching something light and colourful, probably won't be a problem for you. So let's start by firing up YouTube and seeing what it looks like. Okay, so start by firing up YouTube and let's take a look at our buddies over at Carfection. Maybe this nice Aston Martin video. So when you're just looking at YouTube normally, you'll see all this and the video just appears in the top. And I can't, in all honesty, see any kind of line going down the middle. If I start to look a little bit off axis, I can see a slight ripple, but when I'm face on looking at it as you would do normally, I can't tell that this is anything other than a regular phone screen. Of course, when you're watching a video, you're going to want to watch it properly, and that's when this screen really comes into its own. The picture fills the display. It's so much bigger than it would be if you were using just a regular Samsung Galaxy phone or an iPhone. Not quite as big as using a tablet, but it's definitely giving you a much more immersive experience, which is great for videos like this. Particularly with the brightness up so high and this being quite a bright video, I can't tell that there is the seam there at all. In some of the darker moments, I can start to see some of the reflections of the lights overhead, and that's when it really gives away the ripples in the screen. But for the most part, this is perfect. I can't tell that there's any rippling going on at all. It's a really nice video experience. Now, of course, I will point out we have got a notch cutout. Now, for me, I don't really mind notches. I know that they are a bit of a sore point for a lot of people, but it's something that we have just come to expect on most phones now. The iPhone has one, the Galaxy S10 has its whole punch cutouts. So for me, this isn't really spoiling the experience. There's so much video going on this screen that I don't really see this notch as being much of a problem at all. Let's go and take a look at Netflix though, because obviously with a phone like this, with a big screen, we're going to want to watch a lot of films and TV shows. Now, actually scrolling through Netflix looks great on a screen this size. The quite square aspect ratio works really well. Let's take a look at this Star Trek episode, for example. We flip that over. Yeah, I'm definitely noticing when the screen is black like this, I'm definitely seeing my own reflection, and it goes all wobbly in the middle where the actual fold is. It's very noticeable. So certainly anything that's quite dark, and in the darker parts of this scene here, I can see it. But where it gets lighter, it starts to become more and more invisible. Now, the one thing I am noticing with Netflix though is that it's not displaying the video right up to the edge like YouTube did. In fact, it's cutting off to make it square and avoiding wrapping around that notch, which is a little bit of a shame because it means that we're not using all of the screen in quite the same way. For me, I think I'd like to see that pushed up to the edge, even if it means losing that little bit of cutout. But otherwise, this looks like a decent viewing experience. And again, this screen, it looks pin sharp. I'm not seeing any display issues, and not that you'd want to watch it folded up, but even when you do start to fold it, I don't know, it seems fine. So for me, this is quite a nice viewing experience. It's much more immersive than just looking at it on my iPhone, but it means that I wouldn't have to carry around a larger device like my iPad or a Galaxy Tab in order to get that bigger screen experience. Let's take a look at Spotify then. And immediately, having looked for one of my favorite bands, Periphery, it fills the screen. We see the band's artwork there, and it's really easy just to browse through and see the albums that you want, filling the screen, which is exactly what you want when you've got such a big screen to use. But when you are not doing music listening or video watching, maybe we'll be doing some web browsing. So let's take a look at Chrome. And of course, we're on CNET.com. And again, the big screen really makes web browsing look terrific because we've got so much information spread across the screen. We're not having to look at tiny text. Everything is right there. So let's take a look at our Apple Watch Series 5 review. Images filling the screen, very easy to read. This is brilliant. If you do a lot of reading online on web pages, or if you use maybe the Android Kindle app, this phone is going to be brilliant for that. It's like holding a Kindle, but you don't have to have it being so big in your pocket all the time. You can flip it in half and pop it away. And speaking of pockets, this phone is pretty massive, whether it's out like this or when it's folded up. So how does it really fit into those jeans? Now, obviously, trying to put it in flat like this is a bit of a squeeze, but you'd never do that. You would, of course, fold it in half first, and then the only thing you've got to deal with is that it is pretty thick. Even so, slides in pretty comfortably, and I don't think I'd have much of a problem walking around with that in my pocket. It's very, very slim, although it is quite long, so it just pokes gently out of the top of these jeans, but I don't think I'm in any risk of it falling out. And actually, when it's in my pocket now, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel it pressing against my jeans in any particular way. I definitely feel I can walk around with this all day and it wouldn't be much of a problem. That said, I do normally carry an iPhone XS Max, which is a pretty big phone. In fact, if we look at the size difference, lengthwise they're about the same, and although this one is much narrower, it is thicker, but I don't really feel like there's much difference in my pocket. So I'll be honest, I wasn't totally sure about this as a concept at first, but having fired up YouTube and Netflix, I can honestly say that it does look really, really great having such a big screen, but you don't have to carry a tablet around, and that is pretty cool. But what do you think of the phone? Is having a big screen in your pocket worth that very, very high price tag? Do please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you on CNET for a lot more coverage of the Galaxy Fold.